Hey, what's up, everyone? Cody Bugan here over at VestRight. And today we're going to talk about land use. What does that even mean? Can I just tell you, we've talked to certain people at jurisdictions and we use the word land use and they don't even know what it means. So we're going to talk about what is land use? What are some of the definitions? What's the concepts or the reasoning behind quote, quote, land use? So let's first start off by saying land use has to do with the jurisdiction's future vision or planning on what they want their city to look like. Okay. How much industrial do they want to have in their jurisdiction? How many parks and recreation? How many residential units do they want to have? So on and so forth. How many retail commercial complexes do they want to have? Do they even want to have storage facilities in their jurisdiction? I could go on, but land use is all about the jurisdiction's planning of the city and how it is today and in the future and what they want it to look like. See, many of you will know what zoning is, or land is zoned a certain way. But what you got to understand is there's a land use related to that, meaning that it's zoned that way because, let's just keep it simple, they want the land to be used that way. Okay. Well, let's go to our business model for a second. Our business model is specializing in finding and controlling raw land that has development potential. Okay. Development potential, remember, is the key to our value add business model and why we bring the value to our sellers and our buyers and to the asset that we do. It's because of that development potential. Well, in order to achieve that development potential or bring the value of that development potential, we have to go through what's called a land use process or submit a land use application, meaning that, okay, jurisdiction, you zoned this property for single family residential. So we're going to submit what's called a land use application, and we're going to go get this land approved based upon that zoning to be developed, which related to single family residential is called, like, say, a preliminary plat approval. What some people don't realize, or even people at jurisdictions, that's actually a land use approval. But okay, so let's continue on this land use idea. So you understand, when the city or the jurisdiction is planning the future of their city and what they want it to look like, there's all types of land uses that they're going to want to have or see oftentimes take place in certain areas of their jurisdiction, different types of uses. This could be anything from agricultural land, right? They want that land to stay as farmland, right? To be used as ranches or whatever. Can I tell you, a lot of times when land is zoned agricultural, okay, it's either because it's not a great piece of property for development, it's got many challenges, or it could be because they just that's what it's been zoned forever, but there's a good chance you can rezone it, meaning that it might be zoned ag now, but the city or jurisdiction actually has what's called a concept plan where in the future, they want that property to be rezoned for residential or for industrial or for commercial or whatever. And so rezoning the property based upon the land use the city actually or the jurisdiction actually desires for that property is very, very common in our business model. But you could have ag land, you could have commercial land, right? That could be retail complexes, that could be different office buildings, there's different types of real estate assets that will get done in a commercial zoning. There's recreational land, right? They want it to be open space or parks. It could be trails, it could be whatever. Is that property is set up to, the city wants it for future or currently even to stay or become recreational land. It could be industrial land. This could be for manufacturing, warehouses, a lot of times even storage facilities, right? It's a very popular asset class these days. Storage facilities often get built within industrial land. And then you have residential land, right? That could be single family detached, single family attached. That could be multifamily, right? Apartment complexes. So you have residential uses for land. Here's the key. With all these different types of uses, there's two main things I want you to take away from this video. One is once you understand raw land with development potential and you understand the land use process or getting raw land approved for development, I want you to understand that no matter what the asset class is, whether it's you want to go build strip malls, retail complexes, you want to go build offices, you want to go build storage facilities, you want to go build apartment complexes, you want to go build single family subdivisions, is that the process is 90% the same no matter what the asset class is. So it's very important you understand that, because certain, students of ours that go through our course, they can take, or our program, our coaching, they can go through what it is that we teach and really easily pivot it into different asset classes. We just happen to specialize in single family residential. We have done some multifamily residential, but we really haven't ventured into the other asset classes, even though we easily can. Okay. The other thing is that the biggest takeaway, and I already talked about it earlier in this video, is that if you're looking to truly get into the value add business, okay, and there's different value add models throughout real estate, but the most upside in real estate is if you're in a value add type model, not a wholesaling, for example, model. Is that the key to that is that you bring value to the asset. So you understand, wholesalers, you don't bring value to the asset. You bring value to your investor or your buyer that you're flipping the deal to. You more than likely also don't bring value to the seller. See, we're all about bringing value to the seller, the buyer, and the asset. And the paydays, the substantial paydays, are bringing value to the asset, okay? If you want to bring value to the asset, okay, with our business model, and usually related to land, I believe our business model is the best model out there related to land of how to bring value to the asset. The key is development potential, development potential, development potential. It's taking the raw land and knowing how to turn it into an approved development. I don't care whether you develop it or not. I don't care whether you do the horizontal construction, right? The utilities and the streets and all that. I don't care if you do the vertical construction. Where you bring substantial value to the asset is you take that raw piece of land and you turn it into an approved development. And that is way before any shovel is put in the ground. Okay. So hopefully this was informational. Hopefully you have a little better understanding what land use is now. I mean, maybe some of the people at our jurisdiction should watch this video too. I'm just joking. Ha ha ha. But at the end of the day, if you have more questions related to land use, zoning, these different land use types, leave a comment. Give us an opportunity to engage with you and answer your questions, get involved. Also, if you like this video, if you found it informative, will you do me a favor? Will you like the video? Will you subscribe to our channel? Will you share this video with your friends and family? At the end of the day, remember, we're doing this for PIF, Purpose, Impact, Fulfillment. We're looking to make an impact, to make a difference, which brings us, me and my company, true fulfillment. So with that said, don't forget, leave a comment. All right, see ya.